Morning, Brian. Thought I'd just get some thoughts down on the single vineyard versus the regional, or I guess multi-vineyard blends subject you're covering off on. Recently, as you well know, been to Burgundy, and yeah, oftentimes the question of single vineyard over there comes up, and site and terroir and all those beautiful words that evoke emotion about where those grapes come from. There's a couple of key examples when I was over there that make some interesting points, and I guess two of those are, one being the Clos de Vougeot being such a large vineyard, and obviously variations across that block, so many owners, yet still one single vineyard Grand Cru. So I find that a pretty interesting. It's an interesting case, and you know, I know that people talk about where your vineyard is within the Clos de Vougeot, and that there's better parts, and yet it's still under that one classification. I guess the other one that's sprung to mind is Bonnet de Martre and Corton Charlemagne. Those guys have amazing vineyard holdings, and 8 blocks go in to make one single, you know, Grand Cru Corton Charlemagne. So that was interesting for me to see such variations. And when you talk to Jean-Charles about his vineyards, he says that all those different blocks bring different attributes to the wine, and I think that's the key there about a single wine, is to have wine quality right from the word go. And no one's arguing that vineyards such as La Tâche or Romani Conti don't have their own completeness and their own quality, and just fantastic stuff. Whereas by what Jean-Charles was saying, it's interesting that, you know, he believes that the Corton Charlemagne that he makes is more complete with those 8 vineyards in there. Getting on to our vineyards, I guess the key thing is defining what a single vineyard is. Is a single vineyard, you know, the 20 hectares that you have and own in the one spot, or is it a block within a vineyard, or is it what? And then so that definition becomes pretty crucial for us. Binot it's a single vineyard wine essentially, because it comes from 4 blocks all planted at our Concangello vineyard, but they are separate blocks, and that's where we believe we get the more rounded picture of what a vintage is, where we come from, and what the soils kind of deliver. So in a tougher year, the 1860s vines, which tend to hold up better than most, will go back into Binot and give it a real strength and a buffering, and you know, make that year more important and more impressive than it would be had the Thompson family been left out of it. So that's a great classification tool for us. In the great years, Binot with the 3 vineyards, not the 4, will really be able to shine, and then that's a great opportunity to take what's occurred in the Thompson family vineyard and see that as a single block wine, I guess, which is you know, 11 rows and 4 rows next to each other, all planted from the 1860s. So I guess that brings to the point of wine quality, and I guess it only makes sense to make a single vineyard wine if the single vineyard is worth looking at, and is worth understanding that actual wine from that year. So I don't think anyone is interested in a single vineyard wine if the wine is terrible year in year out. So that's the amazing thing. And I guess the further you go towards marginal winemaking, climate-wise, and then the harder it gets to make consistent single vineyard wine. So I guess the blending options really gives you more consistency in a lot of ways, but I guess you don't see the fingerprint as much of the vintage and of that actual expression of that place where the wine's grown. So anyway, I guess I thought I'd just get some things down for you. Hopefully that's given you a bit of a thought, and I'll try and get it through to you today. Thanks, Brian. Cheers.